Well, good morning to you all, good morning. Today, Wednesday, I think it's the 12th of February 2020. Do you ever get up some mornings and the world is just more beautiful than perhaps it was yesterday? Now look at this lovely morning sunshine. We're on the road this morning going back down to Isère-sur-Creuse. I use this road a lot. The shop that I use for, I'll use the American word, lumber, is down in Isère, and also I want to do a little bit of food shopping in the supermarket. I sort of resent going to the supermarket, but you know, they have a better selection than our local shop. So yeah, that's and I need to get some diesel, gasol, for the Skoda. Right, I've got nothing behind me, so we'll stop at this stop line and let's just show you. There's a memorial there, 29th of August 1944. There was a battle here and people from the area fought against the German army. We'll take it slowly here. For friends who like Hornby Dublo model railways, this house here is what we might think of as a crossing keeper's house, because this is where there used to be a railway. Some of you had asked where my nearest railway is. Well, sadly, that's the nearest bit of railway and it's not there anymore. It would have been one of those little rural lines, just about enough to serve the local farming community. Not very warm this morning. The car is telling me it's just 3 degrees centigrade, but I guess for some of you that's positively balmy. Bit too cold for mixing concrete, but it's not cold for February at all, is it? I love the way that the sun sort of paints these buildings. You know, they're attractive buildings, but with the sun on, they're just sort of rather lovely. See, there's flowers. Now, I don't know nearly enough about trees and such likes, but someone told me they're almond trees. Well, this is where I'm doing my first little bit of shopping, the Bricomarché. Not open yet. I've got 5 minutes to wait. 5 minutes is no great shakes, but they've got a garden centre here as well. I have bought 1 or 2 plants from them, but I don't know, plants are a funny thing. Neighbours sort of give them to you, so I'm not too sure why people buy them. I guess someone's got to buy one in the first place, but after that... Right, the shutters are going up, so I better shut up and go shopping. Well, that was, I think, a very successful raid on the shops in Isère-sur-Creuse. I got diesel. Just for a point of reference, it was €1.36 a litre. I think that's dear, the French think it's dear. It's one of the things that the Yellow Vest protest is partly about. But there we are, it is what it is. You know, I need it. I don't use that much, but, you know. On the subject of buying fuel in France, I know some of you are thinking about visiting. It's sensible to buy fuel at the supermarket petrol stations. They are cheaper generally than the ones in the small service stations. Most of them do have a cashier during normal sort of shopping hours, but some of them you'll find are marked up as 24/7 auto. There's various ways they describe them. Self-service petrol stations where you do need a debit card, credit card. I have a confession to make. I only use my French card in them, because if you use an English card, not always sure they'll work. Depends on the type of card it is. But the other thing, of course, your bank, if you use an British credit card, your bank will charge you for converting pounds sterling into euros. So when I use the automatic ones, I always use a French debit card. The other thing, if you do get caught and you need to get juice when the cash desk is shut, most of the machines have a little button, and when you present your card to them, it will give you the option of talking English. Most of them, not all. So, you know, you press various buttons, put your PIN number in, press the big green button with the tick on it, and then it will let you draw fuel. Some of them you leave your card in, some of them you take it out. There's variations, just as there are in England. Now, the supermarkets all over the world are much the same. You know, you walk in, near the entrance there are baskets for your shopping. Outside there are shopping trolleys. Most of them you need to put a euro coin in, or one of the little plastic tokens to get a trolley. I only shop for me, so I don't very often use the trolleys. I normally just walk in and pick up a basket. The range of products is pretty similar to England. Similar but different. You know, there are things that you can find here in supermarkets that you just won't find in England. The range of cheese, for example, is far superior. The range of wine, naturally, is far superior. All of them, just let this traffic sort itself out. I find it's much better not to be in a rush with these sorts of width restrictions, traffic calming measures. There we are, that's better. When you get to the checkout, of course, the people on the tills are going to speak French at you. No worries, it's the same as in England. They pick up what you've bought that you put on the, mind the speed bump, this is quite a serious speed bump. There we are, that's it, over that one. You know, they swipe your stuff past the barcode reader just as they do in England, and at the end of it they will smile at you and they will rabbit away and tell you a price. These days I'm actually fairly good at hearing and understanding what they say, so that's not a problem to me. But for those of you that don't speak French, hey, guess what? Every till has got a display that will show you the price. So if you're a little bit slow on hearing and understanding the price as said in French, not a problem. You know, there's a display that will show you. They will all ask you, avez-vous une carte de magasin? In some shops I have you got a store card? They say the same thing in England. Only in England, of course, they say it in English. Here they say it in French. Nothing to be scared of whatsoever. I find that the staff generally in the supermarché at Isère-sur-Creuse, they just somehow seem more pleasant than other supermarkets that I use here in France. I don't know what it is, because I use the same brand of supermarket in one or two other places too. But down in Isère, I don't know, they just say good morning to you as if they mean it, which is rather lovely. What we'll do when I get home, I'll show you what I bought, because I know some of you, I know at least one of you, is nervous about finding food in France that is edible. French people will find that strange because, of course, France is full of some of the most wonderful food in the world. But, you know, I understand some of you are a bit nervous about getting things that are strange. So we'll have a look at that when we get back. Isn't this just a glorious day? So, what did we buy? Well, a world-known brand, no problem. Chocolate biscuits, of course. More chocolate biscuits. Naturellement. I do like these. It's, if you like, cake, gâteau breton. I do like them. I do like them. That's sort of easy. Now, some of these are very, very similar to stuff that you'll find in England, of course. Coca-Cola. Now, I actually can't stand the stuff, but it was on special offer and therefore very cheap. And next month I will be having a visitor who does like Coca-Cola. Yeah, I think it's terrible stuff. Should only be used for toilet cleaning, but you know, some people drink it. Generally speaking, here it's more expensive than England, but you know, if you must, you must, I suppose. If you like gravy powder, nice little pizzas that just go in the oven. They're simply for lunch. I can chuck one of those in my little oven for lunch. Now, when you buy meat, you can buy it in plastic packets just as you can in every supermarket in the world, or you can go to the butcher's counter. That's nicely wrapped. I started by doing an awful lot of pointing and smiling and saying, could I have some of that? But these days we get sort of a bit more sophisticated, and I ask for poitrine de porc, which is belly pork. That sort of isn't too bad. Now, the thing that I was pleased to get, apart from timber of course, was myself and a friend, I suggested that I bought some bags bigger than I need, and we'll split them up because, you know, when you buy a big bag they work out cheaper than buying 2 little bags. And my pal said agata are delicious for making soup and mashed potatoes, so I'm told. We'll find out later in the year. 3 kilos of that, and oh crikey, 5 kilos of Désiré, ideal for making chips and making mash, we're told. Idéal pour frites, purée. Yeah. Now, one of the fun things was the shop has got a promotion going on, so I was given, this was a free gift. Yeah, some Maribel. Yeah, okay, we'll plant them, that's what they're for. Right. Oh, and I bought some water, because I do. I think the next thing to do is to get indoors and get the kettle on, don't you?